Hi guys, how are you all doing? Another start, another day. Well, I was doing this early actually, but of course, I got delayed a little bit. Let's see. Hi, so let's see what's going on today. Okay, I was doing this early, and then I try right now, and it kind of like funny on me. But anyway, so let's see how we're doing, and if we are channeling. Okay, so hopefully you're all having a great day, and that everything so far has gone well. Um, I think I think it's a pretty good day. I woke up again with a beautiful cloudy, semi-cloudy day. Seems like the sun is coming out, and I am not here to give the forecast, I know. But I am here to try to introduce you to a deck. I've been talking about it for weeks. Well, not for weeks. I just got it last week, right? So anyhow, so we're gonna talk about Eugene Vinitzky's tarot deck. Okay, money tarot deck. Okay, I have been playing with the cards, obviously. Also, I've been very focused on it because I found it very interesting. I'm not here to give you a review, but I'm here more to introduce the cards and also to tell you so far, I mean, what I have been doing with them. First of all, the first thing that I did this morning was before I started anything, I planned my whole sacred morning, I guess you can call it like that, by waking up super early. Actually, I probably was awake for most of the night. Sorry, I just broke my eye. But anyway, so another thing is I was able to turn on my candle, my green candle, to stay with the mood, with some money candle incense. Well, actually, it's just to smooth the area, so it goes with with the mood of the day, and what I'm doing over here, which is playing with this deck. Well, it's not playing; it's actually getting to know the cards. Um, so far, I'm very happy with Eugene Vinitzky's decks. I'm a very big fan of his decks. They always work perfect on readings, and plus they have a beautiful presentation, and everything. So one of the main things, I look like I just woke up, I know, but what I'm trying to say is it's very very cool. Um, Everything that has to do with him is amazing. All his work. I'm talking about his work. I don't personally know the person that created all this, but I do feel that he is amazing. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go by science and waste a bunch of time doing that. This is more of a, I might ask some general, some general questions. Not to everybody. This is not to, like I said, I do have things to do. And also, I'm going to be doing this more like for, just to get to know the deck. I mean, I really like the deck. I enjoy it. I'm not gonna say that I'm like, wow, a pro on it. Well, once you know how to read cards, you kind of are pretty good at reading any deck. That's for sure. But it's going to. I'm gonna give you a little story of it. I do not know. I'm not here to give you a bio. That's where you buy the deck and you get to know the deck. I mean, but I am just showing you more or less what it is about. Okay. So this deck, it was recently, well, it was released as usual. I think at this time I was on time to get it. So it came here on time. I mean, from coming far away, I'm gonna give Eugene or his staff, 100%. No doubt, one of the cheapest and fastest delivery when it comes from another country to the United States, and safe and neat. I mean, that is for sure. I don't know how they make it, but they make it happen. And I'm always very, very happy with their delivery. I mean, it's like I can never expect anything wrong with his items. Another thing is he knows how to wrap things. He knows how to. I mean, they know how to deal with the merchandise. I guess in a very well done, scenario. So I know I'm taking forever, but I'm trying to get at least the people that I know that might be online. A little boom. I'm here. I don't expect anybody to be here, to be honest with you. But it's good to just send a little hi anyway. I mean, what better way to say good morning and just show a little bit of what I'm doing? Okay, so whoever has time, great. Otherwise, I mean, this is just to introduce the deck and see how we do. And if you hear the phone ringing, don't pay attention. I pretty much have it on ignore, but that'll be the house phone. That wouldn't be the cell phone or anything. Or no, I don't think so. I don't think I have it. Anyway, so as I was showing before on Facebook, this is the box, beautiful box, of course. It says Money Tarot by Eugene, okay, Vinitzky, and then, I mean, Geneve Seasonal Land, okay? That's how far it comes from. And designed by Eugene Vinitzky. And of course, this is his seal right here. Okay, now the box is very nicely crafted. He has a lot of artwork on it. Very pretty, of course, as usual, and a beautiful lady right here. Okay, so that's put it among of other things I have right there. It comes with this small booklet right here, which is pretty actually simple and easy to understand for those who are just starting to read the tarot deck. I mean, any tarot deck. It has a short explanation of each card, which is not strictly about money because this deck can be used with any type of you know with any type of any other situation or whatever is happening with your life. So it has also, I mean, what you can actually represent, not just the coins, but you can use the some of these cards to put like well, it talks all about like Five of Swords is action, change, strategy, sacrifice, amputating, standing firm, meeting challenge, victory by surrounding, choosing a direction, confidence of position. Of course, I read rivers and whatever at once, I guess. Now, and see, and that's the source. I mean, it has nothing to do with coins, right? But it applies to everything that has to do with money, as well as with any type of your relationships or anything. I use it extremely with clients that are like asking more about business related issues, and see they love it because it's a motivator. Once you get a reading like this, you get and find more ideas, and you get that kind of enhancement of a positive attitude when it comes to a reading of about business, finances, career, and success, especially personal success. Which it means it starts with you, within you, and well, might be successful at just waking up in the morning or making a habit to make it on time to places. I mean, that can be a success. It doesn't matter how small your success is a success, which is good. Another thing that is very, very, very well done is that all his imagery, you don't really have to read what's on here. It's the feeling, and you kind of, well, me as a psychic, I do see it makes sense to me. I have read books, and stuff. Seeing that you get the pyramid, like the dollar pyramid, I mean, things like that. So it's pretty cool, and it has the major arcana and the minor arcana as well. So you got the pip cards, and then you get, of course, your higher level cards, spiritual cards. So let's see. First of all, I mean, I'm in love with this card, just right there. I mean, now me, as since I'm a collector for Eugene's tarot decks. I use a green candle. I put some green, some money incense. Then I do like a little, put a lot of green around, and also it just sparks the mood. If whoever wants to believe that it's going to enhance their life, it can be all within you that you feel in that mood, so that way you can make it happen. Now, I also put a Solomon card that is about wealth. That's a sigil by the candle. Okay, that's what I usually do. Now, other people can use coins or use a platter of silver platter, whatever you name you can put on. Okay, it's kind of like small altar. I put a 7-day candle. I am not a Santeria or anything like that. I just like green and goes with money, so it's great. And with candle magic, it's important when you enhance, your positive attitude and to find new ideas when it comes to investments and new ideas with everything. So I'm not going to go through each card, but I am going to show you some of the cards. And of course, another thing that I'm not going to do is I'm not going to give a meaning for every sign or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to do a general reading for more likely how life is going to try to push us into certain situations and how we can fix those things. Another thing you can do is also put another ticket under a candle for 7 days, or you can. It depends on whatever you want to commit as a symbolism of your money making, or your business making, or you're succeeding painting a painting, or finishing a project, or whatever it is, or like putting that money together for your wedding. Doesn't matter, or for your divorce, you never know. So um so let's see. Now, I appreciate the beauty of the cards. This is the back of the card. I mean, this is a gold plated card. I don't know if you noticed when I went like this into the picture that I posted. Well, see, I really love the gold, and it shines, so it makes it shiny. So I kind of like to create that effect. Now, I like to create effects with cards. This is not the only deck that I create effects with. I have other decks that, I mean, for some reason, the tarot deck designers, a lot of them, they create that effect. I don't know if Eugene actually did it on purpose, or just because he likes gold. Probably because he likes gold, because all his decks, most of them have gold. But to be honest with you, I see the patterns on some of the back of the decks, and with so many different patterns, you can actually create effects that are like an illusion. It's kind of like a magician type of style. But that's me, right? So the people's eyes like brighten up when it's like a show. At the same time, you're reading cards, of course, right? Very serious, but it enhances the positive attitude, and also it enhances the motivation and the energy in the atmosphere. Okay, so as I said, like if you move the cards, like, well, that's me, right? I don't know if everybody, probably I just gave a trick away to tarot card readers that are out there just whatever. I like to teach. So see, like I created, like, I just like to create the gold. I mean, if you think about it, okay, well, there's the tiny, whatever. So that's just me. But anyway, randomly. So we see the back. Very pretty, very beautiful. I do have that reflection over there, and I'm not about to close the curtain, because otherwise I'm going to be in the dark. And I really do not appreciate this light over here. Well, maybe, no. Well, okay, try further. No, see? So I'm still working on that. So I might just buy a see-through curtain or something. So that's the card. Let's see if you can see the pattern. He puts a lot of, I guess, a lot of input into his patterns, and whoever works with him. See see the frame around. I saw a lady cutting borders around that deck that had borders. I appreciate borders in some. I don't like borders in some, but I usually would not cut a deck because of the borders. Okay. Anyway, so let's see. That's like for example, that's the five of cups. Okay, right there. Which, if you notice, okay, the five of cups, which usually in other decks, the five of cups, it represents somebody thinking with the cups. Usually they have five cups around. This one doesn't have five cups around, but it has number five in a different country. Okay, so it's a five of cups. Now, sorry, six of cups. Now the six of cups. So I believe that's I think it's, yeah. Somehow I believe differently. I guess I need to look more into it. So anyway, I was trying to read this right here, but that didn't make any sense just right now that I just said that. So anyway, okay, so it's four of cups. Okay, so anyway, so that's one. Then you can see here the ten of swords. Okay, which he goes with the 10 with the 100. You get a 10 right there. I mean, that's the way I will see it. And this is from sailing boat somewhere. Now, there's a there is a written thing right here. Remember, I'm discovering the deck and encounter with it just like with y'all. That y'all at the same time. So let's see. Yeah, some writing. Obviously, it's very small. But anyway, so this is the Ten of Swords and it's very nice. Okay. Now, this is the 20, Judgment. Okay, I guess you had to put Judgment, otherwise you wouldn't figure out, or a lot of them wouldn't. So Judgment is number 20, and it has a 5,000. So dollar bill or something. I don't know. Discovering as well. Okay, anyway, so Judgment looks very nice. So I like it. Okay, so that's some of the cards. Of course, I'm not going to go through all of them because then I'm going to be here all day. Remember, tarot decks have up to 70 cards when they are minor and major arcana. So this is Banco de Mexico, which is 100, which equals with the 10 again. Okay, so that's wands right there. So I was trying to kind of like figure that out with the other cards, which I didn't, well, maybe I didn't connect it very well at the time, but I am getting used to it. So anyway, so let's see. I know that I move around a lot, but that's just my energy levels, and that's me without not even drinking coffee because I don't like coffee. So let's see. If we shuffle the deck, okay, let's see the magic. And what kind of question do we might have for this week? Okay. First of all, I do recommend that if you are doing readings and you like to get in the mood like me with certain situation, or if you provide card services, you know, like tarot card reading services, if they're asking you about business and success, try to avoid any like situations that might get them distracted from what we're focusing, which it means is money, business, and success, right? And not only that, but also health, wealth, you know, whatever you want to include in it. So I would not really use it for love readings. I mean, but a lot of people can use it for whatever they want. I mean, if love is very important above gold, I mean, love is gonna show all over with this. Ray, I don't do free live tarot readings. I charge, but I do answer a question. That's it. But other than that, I don't, and especially not in a chat, open chat. Everything has to be a personal reading, and you can find information or stuff like that. But thank you for asking. So let's see. So let's pretend that we all want to know how the rest of the week is going to do with finances, or let's make it a little bit more serious. That's going with business related. Okay, if my business is going to do okay next week, are we going to get things done? Let's see. Okay, if you're a business owner, let's see. What are the influences in this week, especially with the full moon starting on the 21st? Let's see. And this goes for everybody. It can be any sign, okay? I believe on my instance and my ahead of time thoughts, which I kind of already know and have an idea about it. So I don't know what that message retracted means thing, but okay, whatever that means. Let's see. So I'm gonna shuffle 5 times after that. Okay, that was just to open up the deck. 1, 2, 3. I still haven't really made something very clear with people. I mean, I do answer questions. I do um, participate into, trying to get give people information out for free. Most of the times I do. But I mean, I noticed that when you do that, a lot of people start to hang on you, and they expect for you to be there 24/7 answering questions. Not saying everybody, but a lot of people do that. And I get a lot of false friends or false people just telling me all the time, "Oh, can you do a reading? Oh, can you answer this question?" And then I lose customers for answering questions here because then they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go to your channel since I don't have to pay you." I'm not asking for everybody to pay me. I mean, that is for sure. But I am asking that. I mean, don't do that. That's using people. So if you don't want to be used, don't use others. I mean, I pay for what I get. I don't. Nobody gives me things for free. Okay. So that's something that everybody should understand. 5. So I do work for what I do. I mean, and I do. I mean, that's how I am able to, afford things. For people that do not have the money for a reading, I can completely understand that. But don't leash on me. That's all. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then that's. And yeah, at some time I'm gonna make one time a day. I mean, one time a day, like twice a week. I might do a day where I do, some questions on a row for somebody or whatever. I will do that to just show a little bit of you know, my talents. Okay, so now let's think. 1, 2, 3, and then let's open the deck by counting 5 to 1. How it's gonna be business for everyone this week, or give us a highlight. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So first of all, I see that there's going to be a lot of spending on vacation or certain something that has to do with a break. So this card goes with more spending over family. When it comes to business related, that means that you're going to be either taking time off or you're going to be investing in family. I mean, basically, a lot of the money actually is not going to go to business, it's going to go to family or family oriented, as becoming like with bank accounts or with trying to put an income for the future, getting secure for the next month. A lot of people are going to go through a situation of a downs when it comes financially for some reason. So you have to be prepared ahead of time. Most of creditors and other people that I talk to, as they are already, going through a situation like that, they actually have mentioned that, and as well as the cars keep warning us of saving money. Okay, so this week is going to be a pickup week for people to save money, not to spend money. um, we are now in March, so we're almost at the end of March. So that means there's going to be a lot of changes when it comes to prices and certain things. I do see the Ace of Cups of a lot of weddings coming up, a lot of money put into wedding engagement and other things. I did see that, and I actually had a dream about it the other night, not last night. But there is a lot of celebration of love, which a lot of people usually overspend money, even guests and family, whatever. Even if it's not a wedding, if it's a celebration of love, this is a big success when it comes to love. But also, it can be a big success on something you have been putting a lot of passion, like such as career, and being successful eventually within the next future. Okay. Now, the other card that I get now is good news coming that has to do with business related situation, especially for people that has invested on things. Things are gonna now fulfill that empty space that they had before. So those that have invested for the last months or years, they're gonna actually get where they have to be. They're gonna actually reach that goal. This is supposed to be happening, and I did actually had that thing going on about like after it's supposed to happen in May or June when things could get done. March and April is planning and saying yes. June, uh, June and July are supposed to be, let's start the business. We have the money. So all the investments paid off. So we got good news. Everything is going the right direction. So for those who have invested, this is hi Ryan. This is going to be the beginning of a that business to succeed. Okay. Another card that I get is the Knight of Wands. Hardworking is gonna pay it off, which means those are our employees, or they're not the boss, or they're not in a big high position. The work is going to be rewarded, especially those that did good and put all their effort into it. The ones that are starting, the ones that just begin, the ones that are young, especially, they're going to be getting extremely a lot of rewards out of it. For the first time, those teenagers are going to receive their first paycheck, or the ones that are graduating are going to get their first job. Now, another thing that I do see every time that I have a card like this, even on a regular tarot deck, um, I do see a success with something that has to do with family oriented things. That means rules and actually getting rewarded for things that you do. So this is a very, very good card, okay? As the Knight of One carries the hard work and labor that they have tried for a while, it's finally going to pay off with certain things. Okay, the Hierophant. Those who did not develop any of this kind of investment means that they're learning through lessons that things are not happening right on their time, and that's still time to put into attention and learn more about how to deal with their business from or job or anything that they have to put their goals. They still have to. It's a working process. Let's put it this way. For around 2 months, so around June or July, that should be happening. Now, the Knight of Coins, and it's upside down, is the person that took forever to put things in place, which they are now a little late, probably about 4 months late. So, this is the time for you to start to invest that money and to start thinking about, okay, if I didn't do it by May or June, I'm going to have to do it by the beginning of next January. I mean, put another 5 months before ahead. I mean, like into the future, and start thinking about this because you kind of did took too long, and you have to keep up with time. Okay, but again, that's a young mind or someone immature that started with things. Now, the ones that owe money, the ones that they didn't succeed with their business after 10 years or so, this card is very important for those that had a business for over 10 years or worked at the same place for 10 years and never move up. It's time for change and end a cycle and initiate a different cycle. The death card is showing as the beginning and the ending. That's why it's upside down or right. Either way, with this reading, it's going to work. So it means you either end a cycle, start for new opportunities, aim for better opportunities, and move forward. And if it represents this way, it means yes, good. Now you're beginning a new cycle with a rebirth of yourself and thinking about business in a different direction. So go for it as well. Now, the next card is the Hangman. Those sacrifices, those who did not sacrifice anything for the sake of something better, of course, they're not going to see the results that they were planning to. They wasted money, and they basically did not do anything that will actually make any type of uh, high performance when it comes to the quarter of the year, which is the first 3 months of the year. Okay, so since we're in April, that makes the first quarter, or sort of like that. So it's really saying that within the next 12 days they need to start thinking about how they're going to start to make those sacrifices, so that way within the next second quarter of this year they can start actually you know starting something that they put on hold for a while for doing something else, and they weren't focused on their own business doing things or work of employment. Page of Coins is thinking as usual. It's young. Usually goes for very young people. It doesn't apply to everybody. It can be a very small business that just started. It has the big highlights of whoever started a new business to be actually become successful by the end of the year, at least halfway successful, because they did thought about it and they did actually put a lot of depth into it. So even if it starts with a music, a song, notes in a song, or a music band, whatever is that you initiated and you put effort into it, it's actually going to pay off by the end of the years because you are on time still. And even though it's not exactly, I mean, this is like your first quarter's new aim goal that is going to come through. So that means that at least the label came out. Let's put it that way. So it's the effort has been paid off. So that's going to work. It's a young, the beginning of a career that is going to, if you actually dedicate yourself into it, it's going to embrace and eventually become a journey in which you're going to succeed eventually. The emperor, those that are bosses or that are the owners of a big business or corporation, anything that has to do with CEOs or anything like that, this is the time of the year, which is the first quarter. This is when they're in the thinking, make it happen year. I mean, by half a year, they should be everything on time, everything is done. They're organized and they know exactly how to rule their castle or their kingdom. So the emperor is always going to show that attitude and is going to actually, if it's a business, it's going to succeed by June or July. Now, even if it's a small business, it will succeed because the dedication has been put not even just by months, but years sometimes. So this card is usually, I've been doing readings, and then within the next 10 days, like your client calling me, hey, I did sell the house and that property and it did happen. I acted like the emperor. Good, because that's the position that you have to do, even if you don't own a business. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is upright for everybody. So everybody that is working, that is making business, whatever it is, actually the cards have been coming out very positive. Okay, and see the the influence of the full moon with the Wheel of Fortune this week. That means that you are in touch with everything that you might want to achieve. Those goals are gonna come through. I mean, all your dedication, as I said with the cards before, this is a big message the cards are giving to almost on every single card. Okay, dedication, all the effort, everything that you have accomplished is gonna pay it off. So you will fortune right to play any type of investments as well. Here we go again with that card again. I mean, this comes now with the Wheel of Fortune. Even playing games, gambling, or lottery, scratch, whatever it is. Try to do everything. I mean, could be a good week to give you at least extra $20 doing something. So Wheel of Fortune, risk because right now is the time to risk. Even if it's like any type of investment, it's gonna go up somehow. And then I also see, let's try, I'm gonna go for the other half of the deck. So this side of the deck came out actually pretty awesome. So we kind of know that we are on our way up there, the ones that we put dedication and effort in to make things happen. Okay, now let's see about the other day. This should be talking more about other situations. Okay, now that we left the beginnings, the cycles, and all that. So this is what I call a general reading. It doesn't apply exactly to any particular sign. I am a psychic, not an astrologist. I do involve zodiac signs as personality help because some people like to know more in that way. So I do know my things like that. Hi, Pearl, how are you doing? And so, to be honest with you, I mean, that's the way that you develop some kind of skills, so that way you can mix some things with the other. I don't usually mix, but if a lot of people do ask about, okay, what about my sign and this sign? Okay, so I will always be answering. Uh, I can't restart, but I'm just talking about money deck, business finances, and also what's to come for the next weeks and some months with investments, work, employment, career, and success, and how to enhance that or how to advise and how to, you know, become better. Also, featuring the deck that I got, which is the Money Tarot deck by Eugene, which is a great deck. Anyway, so as we're going back into after the Wheel of Fortune, which means the greatest time to make an investment, it is general pearl. Okay, so it goes kind of like for everybody. It applies to almost everybody. It is a good time for risk, taking the risk, and you're moving forward. And that means that the Wheel of Fortune is upright, going that direction, which it means yes, even if it comes from scratch ticket, whatever it is, but is what you gotta do. So now, not exactly pro, because sometimes we gotta keep like romance and all that out of our lives so we can focus into making goals of achievement for us as well, for the sake of health and love and money. I mean, you gotta have money for those things, okay? So being responsible as the King of Cups, as a loving person, of course, I am going to show that. And also someone that cares a lot about his finances. Why? because usually a king of cups represents a person that takes care of others, even if they don't have children. They take care of others as well as with work employees that work with him. Usually he's in a higher position than you are. And if you happen to be the king of clubs, that means that right now is a good opportunity to hire new people, or that you're actually in the look for people that are very, very good for your company or to work with you as well. I mean, this card is showing a positive attitude from the king of cups of welcoming new people for, I guess, summer, because if we could make common sense, actually, summer a lot of people hire people for vacation jobs and things like that. So this is the right time for the King of Cups, as when it comes to temporary jobs. Okay, so when it comes to temporary jobs, I think the King of Cups is going to do a hell of a job in making sure that he hires the right people and the people that are actually probably going to stay longer, because when this guy shows up around this time of the year as the one in charge of it, that means that he is really looking into the new people that are coming into his work area to stay there for a long time. Now, if this is the person that is a father in the family or anything like that, it just means that he is working very hard into making and to providing everybody that takes care of it. So it's just to take care. I mean, he's going to try to make everybody happy when it comes to finances and with understanding and teaching how to do things. Okay, so now we get nine of wands. Okay, so this card right here represents be on guard, be aware. This is, I mean, at the same time that you can take risks and everything, it's about time to actually think about family as well when it comes to not trusting people with money. That means this is not a right time to give any loans, uh, do any type of family related loans unless they really need it. Because otherwise, whoever you give money to right now is not going to pay you back, or you're not going to see your money for a long time. Not because they're bad, but just because they know you got money and that you can wait for a while for them to pay you back and you won't have a problem, or that you will give them to them. Because since you are, and as we were talking about, this is related. Since you're the king of cups, loving and caring about others, you more likely will lend that money and expect for them to pay back. But since they know you care so much, they know you won't be upset if they don't. So right here, when it comes to family, hey, dad, can I have borrow your credit to get a cell phone? Say no, not right now. So let's see. That's part of kind of like what's going on right now with that. Now, the next card that we're going to show, and like I said, this is a general reading. It applies to every sign or everybody. It doesn't matter. It's just a business week group. And also the encounter with this deck that is beautiful, by the way. Three of Cups, providing to others. Yes, providing to others that are working in the household or outside the household. See, here Eugene represent all these women working hard, okay, to whatever it is, business, whatever it is related to. So he has a back picture right here and then all the detail, right? So, and this is successful because when everybody puts a team together, that means that success with love and money is going to come your way. So within the next 3 months, if everybody's working together, either if it's at a company or if it's at home, somehow there's going to be some kind of return success to this hard work and labor. Okay, so now, the other card I see right now is the moon. Suspicious but not hesitant. Okay, suspicious but not hesitant. That means that right now we're about to be in the full moon. I mentioned that at the beginning of the reading. That means the full moon is going to bring some good atmosphere around money and finances, not as dangerous as other psychics are saying around there about the full moon. Actually, it's a good start when it comes to thinking about the near future and not being afraid of taking decisions, choices, even though it's a different thing that you might have to do. This card goes for the ones that are switching or looking for new opportunities or different fields of job of work. Okay, that means that they are in this position, and this is the greatest time to try something new as a career opportunity. Change the environment. Now, the next card that I see is also, now we get the 10 of points. That means wealth and family. So after this happened, after you're thinking, okay, well, this is a good time, a good start, okay, that means that this is even good for you and your family. So it actually, within the next 10 days, you're probably going to get news, or 10 months, 10 weeks. You're going to get news about something that actually related with finances and money and wealth. Not that you're gonna be a millionaire. I never said that, and I never will. But it just means that if there's gonna be a gathering, where if there's gonna be a celebration, or everybody's gonna talk to each other. If there's no gathering, or the phone or whatever, that's something succeeded that has to do with financial success. It doesn't have to be huge. Decisions about money, right time to make decisions right now, either right or left, but either way, it's better to take one risk, either one or the other, right or left. That goes for opportunities with work and new employment, or also investments. We're still in the same track as the very beginning cards. Okay, everything is all related. If I was doing a personal reading, pretty much, especially, well, it will be personalized 100% on depending on your situation. But since this is a general situation, there's money either way. As long as you work hard, there's going to be money coming in either direction and those around you. So you are the sample to the people that are around you to make things happen. Now I see the fourth source, which means sometimes this happens. You have to look forward into new opportunities. So we're going back in circles. So I'm pretty sure that pretty much of this reading is going to be about sacrifices, right timing, the days that I specifically said, when, what, when, why. It's time for you to take any risk. It's time to dream free, to start thinking big. Even if big means small to you, it's probably big either way. So it's a start to fly the plane, I guess. That's to me how it symbolizes. Now the meaning of the card is completely totally different. It means taking actions and decisions. So which is related. So the star, well, the star is for those who like to think bigger. So anyway, so that was a little taste of the tarot money deck. Okay, I do have you know, I really like this tarot deck. Like I said, I use it for channels, just like for clients. I mean, I'm very specific when I actually do clients that I know. I do say and specify which tarot deck I'm gonna be using. I have a lot of decks, so I have the opportunity to offer whatever they're more motivated with. Um, Now, going back to this beautiful deck, this is the Money Tarot deck by Eugene Vinitzky, and you can find him online or on Etsy. Okay, he's fabulous, and his decks are gorgeous. Okay, very inspirational, and there are my clients right there. But thank you very much for stopping by, and I'll talk to you all later, and I'll probably do another reading eventually through the day about love. Thank you, and see you all later. Bye.